Hey fam, how's it going? In today's video, we have an armed and ready Dark Lucius. Let's get right to it. For the skill card, we have armed and ready. For monster lineup, we've got 3 Giant Rat, 3 Dark Lucius level 4, 2 Dark Lucius level 6, and 1 Dark Lucius level 8. And on the spells, we have 2 level ups. Bet you didn't see that one coming, huh? 3 creature swaps, and that's it for the spells. Now on to traps. 2 Zomas, 2 Widespread Ruins, and 2 Wall of Disruption. How to win/strategies. Now fam, before we go over the strategy, let's review some cards, starting with the skill card, Armed and Ready. It reads, once per duel during your main phase, you can send 1 level monster you control to the graveyard. Then special summon the level monster mentioned in its text from your hand, deck, or graveyard, as if it were summoned by the sent monster's effect. Now, I give props to Konami for giving this card more functionality and utility, because the fact that we can bring the next level monster from the graveyard helps tremendously. And the reason why I say that is because let's look at the spell card Level Up. It reads, send 1 face-up level monster you control to the graveyard, special summon 1 monster from your hand or deck that is listed in the sent monster's text, ignoring its summoning conditions. So as you can see, Level Up only provides from the hand or deck, not the graveyard. So let's say, for example, now we'll go over the Dark Lucius cards in a minute, but just to continue the point of Armed and Ready's utility, I want to go over it real quick. So let's say, for example, Dark Lucius level 8 is in the graveyard, but in this deck we only run 1 copy. So if you think about it, if the opponent gets rid of level 8 Dark Lucius, we're kind of done for. But with Armed and Ready, as long as we have level 6 Lucius on the field, there's still hope for us to bring the level 8 Lucius back. So you see what I'm saying, fam? Good job, Konami, for giving us this functional, very functional skill card. Now let's go over the Dark Lucius cards. Dark Lucius level 4 reads, negate the effects of your opponent's monsters destroyed by battle with this card. Once per turn during the standby phase of your next turn, after this card destroyed a monster by battle, you can send this card to the graveyard, special summon 1 Dark Lucius level 6 from your hand or deck. 1000 attack, 300 defense. Let's go to level 6. 1700 attack, 600 defense. If this card was special summoned by the effect of Dark Lucius level 4, negate the effects of your opponent's monsters destroyed by battle with this card. Okay, not bad. Once per turn, during the standby phase of your next turn, after this card negated your opponent's monster effect by this effect, special summon 1 Dark Lucius level 8 from your hand or deck. Okay, now let's go to level 8. Again, as with all the level cards, if this card was special summoned by the effect of Dark Lucius level 6, banish your opponent's monsters destroyed by battle with this card. Also, negate their effects. 2800 attack, 900 defense. So fam, now that we've reviewed the Dark Lucius cards, I only wanted to go over them just so you know what Dark Lucius does, if ever. I'm not too concerned with the effects, but they're good to know that they're there when we need them. Because really, we're gonna level Dark Lucius up with our 2 level ups and Armed and Ready. Okay, so let's move on to the strategies. Alright, so the main win condition of this deck, fam, is gonna be it's all about Dark Lucius. And this is how we're going to achieve that win condition. Our bread and butter play is gonna be Giant Rat and Creature Swap. So we're gonna Creature Swap our opponent's monster, enter the battle phase, destroy our own Giant Rat, and out comes Dark Lucius level 4. Now this scenario that you've just witnessed, this is what's gonna be happening most of the time for you. But we're not done reviewing this strategy yet, fam, because if you look at Dark Lucius's stats, 1000 attack, 300 defense, but more emphasis on the attack, we're gonna have a very difficult time keeping Dark Lucius on the field, let alone destroying things with Dark Lucius. But at the very least, we can destroy a special summon defense Zoma with this, right? But anyways, so with Dark Lucius being as weak as it is, we have to do everything to keep Dark Lucius on the field. So we're gonna achieve that with Widespread Ruin and Wall of Disruption. Now fam, if you've noticed, I don't run any back row removal. And the reason for that is because, again, it's all about Dark Lucius. And since Dark Lucius is so weak, we really have to prioritize protecting Dark Lucius so that it can go about its business. And with the way the meta is shaping right now, the meta is very back row heavy. So in most scenarios, I find myself, and maybe you too, I find myself with just having one form of back row removal versus 3 or 2 of my opponent's back row on the field. So if that's the scenario, fam, I'd rather just take my chances and grind it out, okay? Yeah, we can blind destroy something, but how effective would that be? Or, if we grind it out and then we can get the opponent to activate their back rows, then eventually single out that one back row, then even better. But what the point that I'm trying to make, fam, is we have a win. The main win condition is Dark Lucius, correct? So I'm gonna do everything I can to support that win condition. And with that, if I can't get rid of my opponent's back row altogether, what's the next best thing I can do for Dark Lucius? The next best thing is I can at least remove the monsters on my opponent's side of the field or make them weak enough so that Dark Lucius can destroy them. So that's what I mean by playing to win, fam. Pick a win condition and support it with all your might or all your effort, whatever. And after we've protected Dark Lucius, we simply proceed to level up, and that's pretty much the strategy, fam. It's very straightforward and simple, but I do find it funny that Dark Lucius is an Earth type, even though it says Dark in its name. But it's okay, I'm not complaining. It works out with Giant Rat and Creature Swap. And then I'd also like to point out, fam, that Zoma is also compatible with Creature Swap, because you already know Creature Swap, our opponent, they get Zoma, we destroy Zoma, they take the damage. And then also with Zoma, we can use it as tribute fodder for the level 6, and then we can proceed to level up from there. Everyone basically knows what Zoma is capable of, so yeah. That's the strategy, fam. Card analysis. The skill card Armed and Ready. Again, props to Konami for giving us a skill card that is excellent at what it does, meaning it allows us to level up even from the graveyard. That's so good. That's so good to me, for real. But the only complaint that I would have, and it's very minor, fam, is I would have named this skill Chazz It Up because we're leveling up. So I'm gonna Chazz it up. But anyways, let's continue. And then you've got the Dark Lucius cards here. They're the main theme of the deck. They're the main win condition, so I feel like that's self-explanatory. And then we run the 3 Giant Rat because, one, I've always been fond of floaters, is what we called them back in the day. And for those of you that don't know, floaters is basically something that replaces itself when it's destroyed. So again, with Giant Rat being a floater, we can use it as a defensive tactic to stall. And when Giant Rat is combined with Creature Swap, then we have offensive capabilities. And not only that, Giant Rat helps us deck thin. It helps us get closer to Dark Lucius. One last thing about Giant Rat. I know I've been laying it on thick with Giant Rat, but it's really a great utility card, and it even has decent stats. So we can even attack with it directly and help push for game. So Giant Rat. And then 2 level ups. The reason why I felt like I could get away with running just 2 is because we have the skill card. So if we have just 2 of these, it gives us room to run other tech cards. Okay, so that's why I run 2, fam. And then Creature Swap, you already know, it's part of the main bread and butter play of the deck, and it helps us gain advantage when dealing with the opponent. Not only do we get the opponent's strong monster, but we get to deck thin when we destroy our own giant rat. So, you know, creature swap and any floater, it's generally going to be a great play. And anytime an opportunity presents itself, fam, that we can ruin or mess with the opponent's board, we take that opportunity each and every time. And then widespread ruin and wall of disruption, their main purpose again is to protect Dark Lucius so that Dark Lucius can go about its business and level up. So yeah, monster removal and stat weakening at its finest. And then Zoma, just to give us that extra little oomph in the deck. Zoma has great utility, as we all know. It can be good for defense, good for offense, and we can even tribute it for that level 6 Lucius and proceed to level up from there. And all of you already know, Zoma wins games on its own. And don't forget, fam, Zoma is compatible with creature swap. So if things get really desperate, we'll just have to destroy our own Zoma and make the opponent suffer all that life point damage. So, where does this deck rank on the power scale? In my humble opinion, this deck is casual. And the reason why I say it's casual, fam, is because it roots back down to Dark Lucius. Let's be real. With Dark Lucius's stats, it's going to be very difficult to keep it on the field. Even the level 6 form is going to be difficult to keep on the field, but at least the level 6 form is still capable of destroying more things. But again, fam, that's why we do everything we can to protect the Dark Lucius and help it achieve success. And me personally, I've always wanted Dark Lucius to work, because in the TCG days, I couldn't make this guy work for whatever reason. Maybe it's because of the meta at the time, or it was just, again, it's subpar stats for a monster like its level. But regardless, maybe in speed duels, Dark Lucius will finally have some spotlight. So yeah, fam, that's the deck. Give it a try and chazz it up. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to hit the like button because it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't already subscribed to me, your Speed Duel bro, you're more than welcome to subscribe, because 2 things. 1, I always play to win, and 2, if you love Speed Duels, I'm sure you'll love me too. Your Speed Duel bro. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.